Welcome back to another episode of the Block Runner Podcast. I'm your host, William, always here with your co-host, Iman.
What's going on, dude?
On the sticks, we got TJ.
Hello.
All right. People seem to enjoy the little blooper from last podcast.
What was the bloop?
I guess my stumbling on the intro.
Oh, yeah. You could thank our editor there for like thinking like that was.
You left that in there?
He did.
You didn't just leave it in. You like chopped it up and
like
made
remixed it.
I got to go watch it.
Yeah, you should. You like zoomed in on like Will's sweat bead. No, that didn't happen, right? But yeah, occasionally that does happen. It's pretty rare though. Pretty rare. Usually you're on point.
I practice a lot.
Right. That's probably like something else must have been on your mind, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of red these days. So is everyone else.
Yeah, how's that make you feel?
It makes me feel more human, actually.
What, the red?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of emotions. So
you don't experience human emotions on the green days, like on the way up?
No, it's like that. I knew that was going to happen, so move on.
I see. So it's a little bit of like a humbling feeling. It's like I'm being humbled by the market. A little bit,
I suppose, or the market is like really dumb. It's like, man, everyone's stupid for selling Bitcoin. What the hell?
The market's never dumb, dude. The market just is, right?
It's the truth.
Yeah, the invisible hand is the thing, right? The rest of us can only try to assume its its direction,
try to capture its power,
or try our best to maybe influence it in some way or another, right? By offering it new
entrepreneurs,
new options,
new apps,
new layers of digital substance, perhaps.
Yeah,
right. All these things we could do, but at the end of the day, it's up to the hand to like actually give it a rub.
Right. That's why they say don't cry at the casino, right?
Yeah, they say a lot of things, but yeah, that's one of them for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well.
But yeah, we had a 20-minute video this week where we talked about a little bit of the doom and gloom.
Yeah, let's run through some of this stuff again because
now remember this was by the time this podcast goes out, we could have a massive rebound or like 110K.
Today is Saturday. All of a sudden, there's $125,000 Bitcoin.
That would be insane.
But just 2 days ago, it was 98,000.
Yeah, we were all like on the verge of like mass despair. Right?
Yeah.
We're questioning that at least. But that was the point of that video, is going through a little bit of like the weight calculations for both sides of the scenario. Yeah. Because it is critical, right? We outlined a little bit. It's like in the context of Bitcoin and the miner subsidy situation. Mm-hmm. One of the main core tenets to like a Bitcoin maxi that positions themselves as like a non-concerned participant. Mm-hmm. It's like, this is a non-issue. The main justifiable backing to that position is like, Bitcoin always at least doubles, right? Because it's always done that in the past. Yeah. So if we've experienced cycle top, it did double, but if you observe like the compression over time, you can expect the next one to not do that, right? So like that is a big problem. Right?
Yeah, the doubling you're referring to is that if you go back to 2021, we reached, let's say, around 60,000, and then this time we reached 120,000, and that is effectively a 2x.
Yeah. So again, if you're in that camp of blind faith, mm-hmm. you get to like wipe your hands for another cycle. It's like it's maintained, so I have no reason to be fearful. I have no reason to listen to anybody who's trying to, impose some logic here.
So, but you're only talking about the tops. What about the bottoms? If we go back to 2017, 2018, the bottom was around 3,000. The next bottom was around 16,000. So we're looking at a 5x there.
5x? Okay.
So let's assume that, if we were to assume like let's say a 3x to be reasonable here, that's the next bottom is at 45,000.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
It's very bad, but it's supposed to be very bad. That's the whole point of like a market bottom, right? Remember how bad the last one felt? A post FTX crash?
Yeah.
It was terrible. It was like the worst TJ, remind us, dude.
Yeah, I don't remember anybody saying, "Oh, this isn't so bad."
Yeah, we came in every day before we hit the record button. It's like, man, should we even do this? It's
Yeah.
like,
Why are we even here?
Why do we do this?
yeah, it was horrible. And then we found Ordinals, and it brought us out of that muck of despair. And we're like, holy shit, man.
Well, it gave us a lot to talk about, a lot of hopeful things to talk about.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, that's typically what you want to do during those periods of times, like find the pockets of innovation wherever they may be, and lean into that, right? Because that's what gives you some sort of hopeful prospects for the future. It's like, yeah, we can push the ball forward in some way, shape, or form, right?
Yeah.
Even though the walls around us are collapsing.
They are. I feel it.
Well, they haven't collapsed yet, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you go back to this little 30% dip here, we went from 108,000 to 78,000, and but this timing was around February to March, April timeframe.
This is tariffs, right?
This is tariffs, exactly.
Yeah, this is like Trump is officially president, right?
Yeah.
For how long?
Maybe February.
Like he literally comes into office
January, February, something like that.
January, February, and I guess like almost immediately. He started like, posturing against the rest of the world.
Yeah.
What a badass, dude.
So, but I guess what I'm saying is, yeah, this was tariffs, but given the time, the snapshot of time in the given 4-year cycle, everyone assumed, okay, we still have time though.
That's right.
And because we had more time, people were less scared about this 30% dip.
That's a good point.
Than they are right now. Because right now, it's like, we actually ran out of time, guys.
If you're like pegged to the 4-year cycle narrative or the collective belief that means something. Because it has. It's meant something every time.
Yeah.
So you're right. Now it's like we've got to buy with confidence outside of that bound.
That's right.
That established line. It's like.
And you know what? Because we lost confidence, guess what is going to happen? Number go up.
You think so?
Yeah, that's because it does the opposite of what people are expecting.
Perhaps it's possible, but a lot, I guess. So another understanding of confidence to lean into, right? Okay, it's not the 4-year cycle, but it's quantitative easing this time.
Yes, that's right.
This is another thing that we could latch our convictions and beliefs to, right? It's like, anytime this has happened in the past, this liquidity injection, regardless of how detrimental that ends up being for like the long-term prospects of our, debt situation and all that. Nonetheless, it produces desirable results for asset holders across the board.
Yeah, and so we have a chart to represent that. And what's interesting about the chart is that the pattern breaks within the chart itself, where we have quantitative tightening and the number still went up, where any other time it goes down.
Yeah, so it makes things a little bit muddier.
Yeah. It's definitely, it's hard to see through this like muddy glass here.
So all this means is, the next 3 to 6 months are probably the most critical 3 to 6 months in the context of like crypto ever, in my opinion. Because like, if we continue, if this was the cycle top, let's kind of reflect a bit on like what that actually produced.
Yeah.
Right. In the same way we did 4 years ago, right? It's like, oh shit, everything's selling off. All these VCs are getting nuked. Maybe like we don't know FTX is coming, right? But still, it's like we're pretty certain. It's like, the top is behind us.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, what did we do as an industry? How did we evolve? Right.
Yeah. So it started with DeFi.
Yeah. So that's around the time when we started the podcast.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
We're like, at the time we're looking around. It's like, what's the big thing that's going to move us forward?
I remember the narrative perfectly because it was like, let's fight against the banks. Let's create an independent money system where we don't have to rely on anybody.
That's right.
And then there was these DeFi protocols that were issuing interest rates around like 5% or 8%, and we're like, holy shit, we're
like compound.
Yeah, like compound, and we're and our banks were getting 0.1%.
Yeah, like this is cool.
This is great.
Yeah, what the hell? And then some of them are issuing stable coins.
Yes.
Like, not like Tether, but different.
DAI. Yeah.
And there's like a DAO. That's like another thing, right? Now we can implement tokenized vehicles to allocate voting weight,
Decision making, yeah.
decision making and stuff like that's pretty cypherpunk.
Yeah, that's great. It's like, man, we're actually creating a society here that is independent from like these I don't know, these like people in power.
Mm-hmm.
And so clearly we had a big bad wolf, and we were developing technologies to fight against that.
Yeah, it felt like that, right? It's like Bitcoin was the beachhead. It's like now we have like a new money thing.
Yeah.
It's like DeFi was like, okay, we have a new like system thing, like where we can organize, decentralized systems around this money thing.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, right? All right, let's keep going.
Yeah,
this is a good cycle so far.
You know how useful this is in the metaverse?
Well, hold on, we haven't gotten there yet.
Well, at the time we were. Well,
that's true for us.
We were, dabbling in the metaverse in the middle of the.
We
DeFi.
discovered the metaverse way before most people did.
Yeah, we did.
2019. It didn't really get hot until 2021.
Correct, and it launched in 2020.
Yeah, but from 2019, 2020 to 2021, there was another major breakthrough in the industry, which was the NFTs.
Yes.
Right? Like that was the big thing. That was the equivalent of meme coins in this market cycle, right?
Yeah.
Where, there was early experimentation with that, with CryptoPunks, even Decentraland.
Yep.
And other things, other various like ways to tokenize uniqueness on chain and build collectible value out of that.
Yeah.
But there wasn't like a shared consensus, like a standard for that until
CryptoKitties.
ERC 721, right? And then it's like, oh shit. Everybody was like, this is it. This is how we like make this systemic, right? And then now marry this with the potential of DeFi and digital money and stuff. And then OpenSea happened.
Yeah, then someone I guess someone platformatized or made it easy to create PFPs or made PFPs very popular. And then it was just replicated up the hill.
Yeah, so it was like the frameworking, I guess, of like making NFTs into like a mass consumer product. I think that's what PFPs represented.
Yeah.
In the same way, Elon figured out a way to make meme coins into a mass sector consumer product, right? He built a platform for it. The same way OpenSea did during that cycle, right? So like we're seeing a lot of parallels.
That's right.
Right?
So, okay, so far we have DeFi, we have NFTs, and then the metaverse using NFTs.
Yeah, GameFi.
GameFi, that's right.
Play to earn.
Yeah.
These are like the emergences, right? From like we've introduced new primitives.
Mm-hmm.
Now developers come in and find out new interesting ways to utilize that and experiment and, create new layers of value from it.
Yeah, Axie Infinity really took the play to earn and made it successful. Mm-hmm. And then there's all these copies like walk to earn.
Yeah. Push to earn.
Yeah.
Push what? Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Push your enemies.
Yeah.
Earn a token. Right? It got pretty nuts.
Yeah.
And those were the signals, right? It's like, okay. And these were getting like hundreds of millions of dollars in backing.
Yep.
From like top tier VCs.
Yep.
So those were the top signals, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Metaverse was like the last thing, really.
Yeah. So Mark Zuckerberg changed Facebook to Meta at the end of 2021.
Yeah, like around like October.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you look at the Bitcoin chart, it's literally like that's when Bitcoin was topping, right?
That's correct.
Last cycle. Yeah, somewhere around there.
2021, right here.
Yeah, where's October?
Yeah, right here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was perfectly at the top.
Yeah, it's like, Meta changes their name from Facebook to Meta. He fully embraces, and again, remember the context here. We just went a year of COVID and lockdown.
Yeah.
So like this made sense at the time.
Yeah.
A lot of sense. It's like, yeah, you know what? Society probably will be in a much more like isolated state right now because of COVID. But if you understand like the effects of technology progression, it tends to lead us towards like a isolation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, it's just we don't have to really leave our houses anymore for anything.
Food gets delivered.
Yeah, what else?
We got
we're gonna have robots soon.
Robots, yeah.
Clearly. If you watched Elon's last shareholder meeting.
Yep.
I mean, he's got compensated with $1 trillion to produce robots at like accelerated paces.
You can even pre-order a robot right now.
Which one? The Neo?
Neo, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect much from that one though.
You know, it's like a drunk person trying to clean up your house.
Correct. But then you got even the Russians are getting in. Well, it's not a very
reliable robot.
Can you pull that up? Let's take a look.
Yeah, I think I can.
Actually, let's look at all of them. Might as well, right?
Yeah.
You got Optimus, and then there was like a Chinese company that is making a really badass robot. Let me see if I can find the link to the Chinese one, because I think it's important.
Here it is.
This is Russia.
We did it. Oh no, I'm gonna have to mute it.
Music.
Okay. I think we've already been strucketh. Nice wave, dude.
Here you go.
No.
Innovation. Wait a minute.
Oh. No, dude. Not like this.
But it's not over yet.
It's not?
Let's pick it up.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy saw he was going to fall and just let him go. Oh, yeah. That's going to help.
Oh, what is that? Oh, they didn't show the whole thing. But yeah, they're trying to cover it up.
Yeah, that helps. Like, nobody saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you didn't see that.
But even like the curtain like was a struggle.
Yeah.
It was like all tangled up.
It looked like a skit, this whole thing.
It really did. It was like I even said like that had to be AI, right? But no.
The fact that they had the curtain ready to go tells you.
Oh. I mean, that looked painful.
Here's the other one. It's in Team Channel.
Man, they don't. Okay, I got to show the curtain part.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Here comes the curtain. Yeah, I saw this is like introducing Russia's new robot. Okay.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Look at that face.
They literally clipped it out, dude.
They did clip it out.
It's just
That
like
sucks.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Somebody should check on the well-being of this team. They might be like in the gulag. There's no way Putin is like satisfied with this, you know? Oh God!
Oh,
they keep
what happened?
It, it's very embarrassing, right? They just really
Putin's like remove the videos,
literally, or else, right?
All right. So you said you found another one, right?
Yeah. So it's 2 clips. So this is okay. We've seen Russia in their state of robotics.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at China, right? The first one first, not this one, because the sexy walk.
This one.
Yeah.
Will promote the healthier and more vigorous development of the entire Chinese robot industry.
You see this, TJ?
Will be worthwhile.
You sure that's not somebody in there?
Oh yeah.
Just wait for it, dude.
We're gonna
just
prove
wait for it.
Yeah.
Our team had intense arguments and discussions about how it can prove itself. Let's first invite the star. So we found a way. We want to use scissors to open below the robot's legs. We will see that this robot has skin, muscles, and
Imagine if it was like
before
pouring
us,
blood.
we ourselves
Just
like
like
screaming, "Ow!"
Yeah, like kicks him.
while the
Leave me
robot
alone.
is powered on.
You know, if they were gonna do this,
So in the last
you'd
hour,
think they'd
we
prepare,
decided to do that.
like zip it up, you know?
But I think the scissoring is like dramatic effect, right? A little bit.
Part
Yeah,
of the performance.
Yeah, it's a performance act for sure. It's like we're literally scissoring the fabric to this new being.
Literally the skin
Yeah.
of this robot.
Yeah, because it's actually like multiple layers. The skin, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, it's definitely not an easy cut. They're struggling here.
Oh, they're
be very difficult. Because, to protect the robot and to allow the robot to protect the
They could have just put
surrounding
like
environment,
spandex
we
on
have
it.
added a lot of muscle to
That was a pretty smooth walk, though.
skeleton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's this is what I told Will when I first saw this. This was the first robot iteration I've seen where I became like fearful. Like actually, like there's like a degree of certainty that like human beings are gonna go extinct.
Yeah.
Just because like this makes like sci-fi real, right? And the robots I've seen before this, it's just they're almost like laughable. But this thing is like not that.
Like attractive?
I didn't say all that. Look at that walk, dude. You telling me that walk wouldn't seduce a man or two in its like passing? Come on, man.
I mean, that is quite unique.
And it has like all the social intelligence necessary to like,
Yeah.
get a man to fall in love.
Right.
It's like, forget sending spies into Silicon Valley to like, get government secrets. Send these bots in, right?
Yeah.
Look at that, TJ. What do you think?
That's impressive.
That's pretty cool,
It's a
ain't
good
it?
walk.
Literally looks like Terminator.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I saw this and it's like, dude, it's over, man. Like, why even try
Yeah.
at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's China. They're doing great in comparison to Russia. you
Yeah.
know? They're doing fantastic.
It's so great it is kind of scary.
Yeah. So then you gotta look at, I guess,
Yeah.
Elon.
Finally, Elon's
Yeah.
Optimus.
Which last week during the Tesla shareholder meeting, they had a couple of them on stage
Yeah.
doing this.
Just dancing. Elon's back there.
Yeah, I mean, not bad.
That's really good too, dude.
Yeah, that's great. Now it didn't walk. It doesn't have that hip swing, I guess,
No, it doesn't.
but it could do a lot of other things.
It might be more useful. I don't know.
That's pretty fluid.
Yeah, it's great compared to what it was a couple years ago.
There's another one back there.
Remember, like they carted it out like a couple years ago. It
Yeah.
came out on with like wheels and like straps just to like
Yeah.
hold it up.
Yeah.
It was bad.
None of them are as good as the first gen one when they just had the dude dancing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the benchmark that they're trying to
Yeah.
get to. But the thing that Elon has and his company has that none of these competitors do is the scale, right? He's got the industry set up for electric vehicles and like all the components that go into that.
Look at
It
that.
can be easily transfixed for this new product market, right?
This is future receiver, fool. Like for,
Dude, it dances better than it walks.
Yeah, that is kind of awkward.
Walking is tough, dude, I guess. Yeah. It still has a robot walk.
But you see this
Yeah,
ball
the catch
cat?
is crazy.
Yeah.
That's true. I think they put a lot of the focus on the hands because they actually want this robot to like do useful things.
Yeah.
Like walking, it could take its time getting from point A to point B. But once it gets to point B,
I better do a good job.
Yeah, I better like fold my clothes neatly. Right?
For 60 grand or whatever.
Yeah.
Is there a benefit to having it walk as opposed to just like putting it on rollers, other than making it humanoid?
Yeah, so there is a benefit. It's the world is built for bipedal humanoids.
Oh, just like stairs and stuff, I guess.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so it needs to access wherever humans access.
Makes sense.
It's true. That way you don't have to like redesign
Yeah.
all of everything.
Yeah.
In the same way, like as cars were, I guess, productized and brought into the market, we had to build
We had to.
whole new systems.
And what's
for these
crazy is that
cars.
for a design of a car, it takes like 4,000 pounds to move 200 pounds.
Yeah,
Like that's not very efficient.
right. Yeah. So we're getting there, dude. We're getting closer. But what was the point of this again? I forgot.
Yeah.
Why are we talking
Robots,
robots? I mean, robots are cool.
Oh, we
but,
were talking about the previous cycle compared to this cycle,
Yeah.
and I don't know how we got into robots though.
Dude, why does this always happen?
What were we talking about? We were talking about Bitcoin and previous cycles.
Yeah, but we're talking about NFTs. Oh, Metaverse. I guess, yeah, the idea why the Metaverse hit so hard as like Meta pivoted
Yeah.
was because of COVID, right? It made it blatant, like shockingly obvious to us that we're becoming more isolated over time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we don't have pandemics now, like forcing us to stay.
I see.
like,
Yeah.
indoors, but technology will have the same result, or it does. It produces the same result, right? The more advanced we become,
Yeah. So like a technologically induced COVID
Yeah.
effect.
therefore, like brings the metaverse like back into like
Yeah.
credibility zones. Like, okay,
Yeah. For example, we have robots doing surgeries, right? They'll do a better job than a
Yeah.
doctor would, right?
Mhm.
And so these robots are going to be taking everybody's jobs.
right,
And so therefore we actually don't need to go out there into the world and do stuff. We could just
Yeah.
stay home.
the robots will you just download like an app.
Yeah.
As long as you got the highest tier, kind of like Teslas, they come in packages, right?
Yeah.
Full self driving is like an extra 10 grand or something.
Yeah, if you want,
if you
if
want
you
the
want a
doctor
yeah, you want the
package?
doctor robot, that's gonna be $400,000.
Holy. Yeah.
But it'll make you money, right? Because it's out there servicing.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. It'd go out and dissect somebody else and bring you back some cash,
Yeah.
dude. That's fucking crazy. Then what happens if it like kills somebody by accident? It's like fuck.
Then you
Gotta have
then you-
robot insurance.
Exactly. You need insurance.
So okay, so yeah, we don't have to leave the house even for pancreas removal or not pancreas, gallbladder, right?
Yeah.
You just their bot can do it, right? So that means and we could be perfectly happy, I guess, in theory, being fully isolated and like fulfilled, from like a livelihood perspective, with the assistance of robotics and
Yeah.
AI and technology, but we still have that component in our brain that like
We need-
starves for
Social interaction.
correct. So it's like,
Look at her having a grand old time just watching this robot.
that was the best fold ever. It's like, do that again.
It's like, look out, Optimus. We got Russia.
Dude, no way those guys are still alive. There's no way.
This
dude.
video is way worse after watching the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that they knew what they were bringing on stage,
Yeah, this is the real video.
Yeah. It's like they knew like this had a chance of happening and like they still had to do it, right?
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, all the first appearances of all robots, they all did this.
Yeah, but
Look at the curtain.
yeah, this is the actual curtain, dude.
Let's get the curtain.
Oh no. Ah, it never happened.
That was it.
Oh man, somebody really needs to invent that MIB flasher device.
Yeah.
That would have came in perfect timing right there.
Yeah, so this is part of Elon's innovation here is like I don't know how many degrees of freedom a hand has, but it's a lot. It's like 30 or something.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting there, right? So
Yeah.
I'm fully convinced like these bots are coming within a 3 to 5 year time frame, like meaning like they'll be delivered. I think his Elon's like benchmark to receive his $1 trillion compensation is like at least 1 million of them
Mm-hmm. Well,
within 10 years.
10 years. That's
And
timeline.
like the market cap of Tesla has to like 4x also
That's right.
within 10 years.
That's
So
like 8 trillion or something like that.
something like that. 8.5 trillion something.
Yeah.
So as long as you could do that, Elon, $1 trillion in the bag for you.
It's worth it, man.
Yeah. But that means there's only going to be 1 million of these. Like, so they're going to be very expensive.
Yes.
Very expensive and very rare. Like, we won't have one.
No.
This is going to be exclusive to like the elite class.
Yeah, there's like 60 million millionaires, right? So
Yeah. They're going to be
You-
fighting for one of these.
I would think
things.
so. Yeah, because these will be worth a lot, right? This is edition 1.
Yeah. Edition 1. And yeah, it'll be a minute before you can get from like 1 million to 1 billion.
Yes.
But yeah, once we're at 1 billion, then it's like everything changes.
It's like, man, there's so many cars out there.
yeah,
Like,
it's exactly the same thing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, only the rich aristocrats were driving around their little Model Ts,
that's right.
while all the rest of us were being pulled by freaking horses. Actually, real horsepower.
Yeah.
So it's going to remain that way, I think, for some amount of time, right?
Yeah, so that's NFTs
And the
in
metaverse,
the metaverse.
and then that was it. That was the end of last cycle.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I equate like, so the metaverse was the end, and it was like a short-lived thing. It only lasted like 3 or 4 months. The hype around that.
Yeah.
The real top for the metaverse was like the Otherside mint.
Correct. That was like 4 months after Zuckerberg changed the name.
Yeah, and then so Yuga Labs jumped on the opportunity and the hype.
And they raised 500 million selling land.
The snap of a finger, dude. And that was it. It was only go down from there. So similar. So this cycle's parallel to that. If we're saying it's like, it was ordinals in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
then meme coins like Foi,
The
Bonk, whatever.
like basic meme coins, like standard launches, all that.
Yeah, and then the meme coin became consumer grade through a platform like Pump.Fun.
In the same way, OpenSea, well, in the same way that Dapper Labs created ERC 721s.
And then platforms came in to like
Yeah.
distribute them in a commercial way.
Yeah.
right? And then at the tail end of all this, I think the AI festering bubble.
That was like a 3-month thing
Yeah.
in the same way the metaverse was a 3-month thing.
Correct. Yeah, and then it topped off, and it's only gone down since then. So it's like, even though it doesn't feel so, like, yeah, did we achieve anything?
The only difference between those two cycles is that Bitcoin had a blow off top as well. It reached the orange and red, and this time
Yeah.
it did not.
It didn't reach orange and red, but it spent a year in all-time high
It did.
territory, the way it did previously.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's like it's been a year above, like, or it hit 60K, retrace, and then hit 60K again.
Yeah, that's true.
Same thing happened this cycle too. Hit like 100, 110K, retraced, and then hit 115, 120K.
Man, what? So disappointing, dude. If that's what happened.
I agree. That was my conclusion too. It's like, wow, maybe we did actually experience this bull market and didn't feel like it. Didn't really experience any like real euphoria because we were all like waiting for some.
Yeah, at least give me 150, dude. Come on.
I don't know if that would have like.
No,
done it
I don't
either.
think that would have like settled it either. But
Yeah, it's
at
good.
least it's like okay, I guess you know.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some different. There's massive parallels, but there's massive differences too, right? Just
Yeah.
to like I don't know, like
But-
the sentiment of like what was produced in these two cycles.
If
right?
this is true, the cycles rhymed, and that's
Right.
all that you can ask for.
basically, yeah. Now, if there's a question of like dissatisfaction, it's like,
Yeah.
this version of the rhyme like just didn't resonate.
Yeah.
That's where you gotta like do some internal questioning, right? It's like, is this the place for me anymore? Or what can I do to contribute to, again, get that invisible hand to start rubbing on some new things that can inspire once
Sure.
again, right?
So let's compare. So we had last cycle DeFi, cool.
Yeah,
NFTs, cool.
very cool.
Metaverse, cool.
Pretty cool.
New stuff, right?
Yeah.
What else?
GameFi,
GameFi
fucking great. Who wouldn't love playing games and like
and
making money?
Yeah,
and, like
and-
actually owning
owning
your
NFTs.
progress.
Yeah.
your value within a game. I mean, it's amazing as like a concept, right?
Yeah.
But ultimately very challenging to sustain.
So a bunch of new stuff.
Yeah, this cycle.
So we had,
I mean, the AI stuff obviously is very AI agents.
yeah, that is kind of consistent with like something new, but it was really generated from Web 2.
Yeah, for sure. But there's some Web3 elements there that
Yeah.
I guess disrupt what AI can be, like only purely from like Web2 rails, I guess, right?
Yeah.
More so like in the, I guess, the nature of autonomousness, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Or like AI, AGI in the context of, becoming actual economic participants.
Yeah. So would
With-
you consider memes as something new? I mean, I think the launch mechanic is definitely new. That's cool. But memes itself, I don't know if it qualifies as new.
No, I don't. I mean, it's just whether or not it's new. It's just that is what the market like gravitated to this time around.
Yeah,
right?
but I guess that's
like NFTs weren't really new either. They were bred in 2014, like Counterparty and stuff like that.
True. No, they weren't new, but yeah, I guess they were
They were like
weaponized.
figured out.
Yeah.
They were like perfectly concocted this time around. Same thing with like meme coins.
So memes, yeah.
It's like they're not new, but they were like perfectly concocted in the right like wiring
Yeah.
to conduce like market mania activity. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's another question. Did retail ever come at any point?
Well, there is indicators that they did. You were getting phone calls and emails and text messages.
You
and,
too, right?
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
TJ, was there a point in time where like people in your family were asking you about crypto? Like just
Yeah, a small window.
it was very
yeah,
small. Yeah,
yeah.
same.
But what were they asking you about? Was it Bitcoin or was it memes?
It was never meme. Well, I take that back. My nephew was asking a couple times about memes, but mostly it's about Bitcoin.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
That is interesting. I didn't get any Bitcoin inquiries. I got either XRP,
Yes.
or like meme coins. It's like,
Yeah,
like
same.
I'm hearing about this meme coin stuff. It's like, tell me how to get in.
Yeah.
was like, don't. Don't do it, dude.
That's always my first advice is don't do it.
Yeah. Because if you're asking, it's like your only exit liquidity at that point.
That's right.
I know. It's like, yeah, if you're asking me, you're too late.
Yeah.
And I remember saying the same thing to people in my high school for NFTs. It's like random ass people from our high school would just be hitting me up. I haven't heard from in years. It's like asking about NFTs. Like, oh shit, like, it's over, and it was over. That was the top.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's all there, dude.
It is there. I can't deny it.
So that's it.
It's over.
So let's go into the other side now.
Yeah.
Right. Speaking of Metaverse.
Wait, I don't think I can jump. Oh, it's not working.
Yeah, but we have a clip, I guess, right?
Oh yeah. Let me.
Yeah. So we talked about the other side, mint being like the peak of the, last cycle's happenings. I guess $500 million mint event. Some would call extraction, but I mean, whenever you're able to log in, right now we can't.
Yeah, nobody can.
But if you didn't know, they opened up on Wednesday the Nexus, which is I don't know, I guess the name of their starting zone to their whatever it is they concocted here, right?
Yeah.
From my personal experience, I spent like 30 minutes.
Yeah, you went in there.
Yeah.
And what did you do?
I logged in and then I got pushed into a cinematic experience the way you would in like an MMORPG, right?
Okay.
It's like
Makes sense.
And I think they did that intentionally, right? It like tapped into my World of Warcraft nerve a bit. It's like,
yeah,
I remember sticking in the WoW CD for the first time, and then like the cinematic appears, right? Where it's like, oh, and there's like a fucking dwarf with like a walking in the snow,
yeah,
with like a blunderbuss, and he has like a wolf next to him. Badass, right? I'm already in. I can't wait to play. Similar, they had their little ape cinematic trailer experience where, he's like sitting there.
Yeah, that voice actor is really good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But anyways, after the cinematic was done, then you had like a tutorial phase where you're just kind of like figuring out your footings. If you've never WASD'd your way about before.
Apparently there's a few that haven't.
There's a lot.
I was going to say, there's probably a ton of people that just heard you say you had to put in a CD to play the game and have no idea what you're talking about.
What's a CD? What does that stand for?
Yeah. Fucking central. Wait, what does it stand for?
Compact disc.
I was going to say central disc. No, compact disc. Okay. Yeah, that's how it was, kids, back in the day.
Yeah.
And we liked it. We enjoyed every minute of it.
It was great.
Except for when they got scratched. That really pissed me off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like they wouldn't work.
Yeah. As soon as you open the box, it's like you smell the plastic. It's like smells great.
All that asbestos. All that factory microplastics in the air.
The actual nostalgia coming out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Dude, I loved it. I loved having a stack of CDs. Dude, you know what was one of the coolest things is like people had like those music binders with like all the CDs. Everyone had their own little collection. That was so cool.
Yep.
Yeah, it transitioned pretty quick to the original CDs to like custom CDs where you would buy empty discs and then you would just load up with like
burn people's CDs.
burn CDs. Yeah.
Like with LimeWire and shit.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Napster, LimeWire.
It definitely was, but
Pirate Bay.
yeah.
Pirate Bay, yeah.
Yeah, I never did any of that. That was my brother. Yeah, he figured out how to do all that.
Yeah.
Remember? Good times, good times. It's good times doing online crime. You know? Very frowned upon, but pretty normal these days, right? Well, I guess nobody really does that anymore, right?
No, not anymore. No.
Why not? Because
I think you can just stream it.
You can stream it.
it's like affordable.
Well, no, stream it on YouTube free.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess you can.
Yeah, so you don't need to
But people will still
download
pay
music,
for
MP3s
music, don't they?
for the services to remove ads. Yeah.
Like iTunes is a thing, right? I've never bought like
Well-
anything through Apple, like any song or anything like that.
Yeah, I guess you can buy songs.
Yeah, do people still do that? They spend money for music? Like,
I don't know.
how do they make money anymore? I know there's like stream platforms like Spotify,
Yeah, but
and then they make revenue,
they do.
and I guess they give some of that to the artists that
Yeah.
get streamed. But I think that is like the industry fallout of like the internet.
That's right.
It's like it sucked away a huge part of their revenue.
Yeah.
So it's like they're fully reliant on like touring and stuff. Like that's how they make money.
Yep,
I think
that's right.
And like merch and
Yeah.
sponsorship deals and whatever, right?
Yeah.
And like, tweet this, get $1 million type stuff.
Yeah, because they're not going to sell any CDs or songs.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, maybe people don't buy songs. I just don't know. I stopped doing that long.
Well, I don't know because
ago.
they still do like I don't know. Maybe they do it by streams though, because I know they still give out like you sold this many records.
Yeah, I was gonna say they do album releases and then like
Yeah.
the artists like flex. It's like I actually sold 1 million, which to me sounds like not that much.
1 million what?
Records. Like I sold 1 million copies of my album I just dropped, and like that's like a huge thing, which doesn't sound like that much,
No, it's not.
but it is. It's like huge. But
I mean,
who's buying albums and
People
how?
play songs 1 billion times on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's probably going to generate more revenue than like selling it, right?
I don't know, but that's what I'm wondering. Like, who's actually still buying? These
I
things?
still buy like I have a band that I really like that I buy their vinyl that they put out. But I would
How
like
much
but
are
I
those?
never listen to it. It's like $20. Yeah, but if I'm listening to it, I listen to it on the phone, right?
Yeah, you just do it like for,
The collectors.
Yeah, just to have it.
Yeah.
but like through what platform are you buying it?
Yeah.
Their
well-
website.
Their website?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's like the equivalent of buying like sweater. It's like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like their merch.
Pretty much.
basically.
Yeah, merch. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not actually buying the music.
Hmm.
You'll just get it from YouTube or whatever, or
Right.
Spotify. Yeah. So, anyways, that's CDs, right? So yeah, this experience it had all the like ingredients of like getting sucked into WoW for the first time,
Yeah.
and then by the time you complete the tutorials, like now you know how to move around and jump and stuff. And you get sucked into a portal. That's like a whole minute ordeal. You're like flying around and shit, and then you're there, right? And then you see this. There's like a bunch of other people there too.
It's like, what do we do now, guys?
Basically, I mean, it was way more people than this when I was in there. It was around 100 or so people just kind of like standing around,
Yeah.
talking to each other with their voice mics and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was a lot of people just not knowing what to do, right? Probably their first experience in like a virtual thing.
Yeah.
Like, wow, this is neat. You
Yeah.
know? So there was a lot of cool things to look at. They did have like daily tasks, which are kind of like quests in a sense.
Sure.
But they're very basic. It's just like, blink once, get some points.
Yeah,
Shit
yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah.
And that's about it. That was the full
So,
experience.
but that wasn't the same sort of effect that I had when I joined the second trip, where there was like thousands of people on my screen, and I was
Yeah.
just like on a website.
Yeah, well, that was more like a showcase of the technology, right?
Yeah, it was.
They were intentionally trying to.
But man, that was impressive. You can't do that in like traditional games.
No. Yeah, that's why, that's one of the things that the other side can do
Mm-hmm.
that World of Warcraft cannot.
Correct.
And I know that through experience because when they launched on Garage, for all you other nerds out
What?
there,
What?
AQ40.
What?
I'm saying alien terms here, but just believe me, this stuff actually happened. They did something unique with this dungeon launch, right? They wanted to create an event out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea was it's dungeon's there's some gates gonna open up in some desert land, and at the same time, everybody be there because something's gonna happen, right?
At the gate.
At
Be
the
there.
gate.
Yeah.
And there was like actually an effort before this dungeon launch. Like the whole server had to like grind certain specific materials in order to be able to open the gate, whatever, right? So it's like everybody worked together to do this thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's like everyone show up whenever you open it, and then as you can imagine, that's when everything kind of fell apart because in WoW, it's like everybody typically is scattered around the world.
I
Which is a
see.
massive world, right?
Yeah, because if they had hundreds of people there concurrently, doing their grinding,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't fail then, but it failed as soon as the gates open, like
Yeah, as
That's
soon as
weird.
everybody around the world, we're talking about tens of thousands of people, like funnel to like a central location,
I see.
the server architecture or whatever just
I see.
explodes. So nothing was happening. I remember seeing like these big desert creatures like appear, and the idea was we're supposed to like kill them together,
Yeah.
but you couldn't even like turn or like
Yeah.
look around, right? So I think that was the limits of that technology that this company
Yes.
has spent like 10 years.
That's solved.
Yeah, and it's called Morpheus, right?
Yeah. And apparently it's very expensive per minute.
Yeah, even though it's like it solves a problem, but it brings in new ones. Now we've got economic problems, right?
Yeah.
Like how's the economic situation come in to support that kind of an user experience?
Yeah, because if you're a developer and you're building on top of this technology and you're trying to provide an experience where that experience already costs you like thousands of dollars per month, or even more, depending on how popular you are, right?
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, if I'm going to provide this as an experience, I got to monetize it somehow.
Right.
So what am I going to do, right? And so there starts the challenge.
Yeah, it's a chicken and egg scenario, right? It's like I need people here, and I need a lot of them, and I need them to be transacting for some reason.
Yeah.
So that I can utilize that revenue juice to produce this experience for them where they can continue these types of activities.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, right?
So that I could keep the lights on so that they can continue grinding.
Yeah, it's just right now it's tough, right? It's like, how does the metaverse figure out how to produce value that brings people in mass so that we can sustain this new paradigm of like a virtual experience, right? Compared to WoW. WoW didn't need any of that, right? WoW was just great.
Yeah, yeah. Well, WoW sustained themselves because it's like, here's a cool game, here's a trailer, send me $75.
$15 a month.
15?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah. Send me
so it was just
$60.
a service? Like, it wasn't like you buy the $60 game and then it's like $15 per season?
Per month. Not season.
Oh.
Buy the $60 CDs. There's like 4 of them. And give me the $15 a month subscription and you can play.
Well, there solves the problem, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But because the game was so magnificent, right? It was a no-brainer.
Yeah. Yeah.
$15 a month to keep me off the streets. It's like mom and dad were like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'll pay that. I'll pay that. If they didn't, dude, I don't even know, man. I'd probably be tattooed from the toes up, out in these streets. I would have been consumed by the culture.
Right.
Instead, I was in my room in Azeroth.
Much better.
Running the streets of Azeroth.
Good times, dude. Good times. Good job, mom and dad. Right? I don't know if there's probably the similar mind framing of today's generation, right? Parents giving their kids tablets and let them spend all their existence in Roblox. At least they're not on the street, right?
Oh, dude, I bribe my son with Roblox all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm telling you.
So if it's not Roblox, what are you encouraging here?
Well, it's more like, hey, go do this and I'll give you
see.
some Roblox.
I see.
Yeah,
Get good grades and then you get Roblox.
It works. It's like an actual, we talk about money all the time being like the most powerful incentive. It's like literally all human behavior is like factored around money.
Yeah, so that means the kids are in their own economy based on Robux, not dollars.
Yeah, they don't perceive value to dollars.
Right.
Or like gold or Bitcoin or anything really. It's just Robux is like their whole world because they know in their minds like that gives me happiness. I get to dress up.
Yeah, he was telling me the other day something about, hey, my friend's on here and blah, blah. He really wants this, Dad. Can you get him some Robux? I'm like, dude, I'm not that kid's dad. I can't just be supporting the scene here.
Yeah, what a nice gesture though from your son. It's like he's just trying to help out the bros.
Right. He's like, no worries, guys. My dad's got us.
Yeah. It's like, no, he doesn't. Like, I guess we need to hurry up and age so we can get jobs.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck. I don't know. So that's the metaverse. So the other side is $500 million justified? I don't know yet.
Maybe it's the start.
It's a start. Yeah, it's for sure not like a failure, right?
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Like this is a good solid foundation that can be built on top of. So the next thing to look at is the actual SDK. To know like what are people going to be able to build.
I applied to that SDK over a year ago and I haven't received an invitation.
Maybe it's not ready still.
Yeah, I guess not.
Perhaps not.
Yeah, I mean, they need the technology infrastructure to exist first, and then they got to build ways for developers to access that.
Yeah, because that's when things actually start to cook, right? Like we're talking, that's where value can emerge.
100%.
to where now that, because developers utilize this, create new experiences, create new products, whatever, just like they do on Roblox.
Yeah.
And then you can get like a semblance of an economy going, and then pull from that to sustain this like new virtual experience that, a company like Activision can't even produce.
That's right. Yeah.
Or Blizzard, whatever.
Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of parallels between last cycle and what seems to be the end of this cycle, at least.
Possibly.
It has rhymed, and maybe it's ending.
Maybe.
But that's not necessarily the case. If you watch our video from on Thursday, you'll see that it's 50-50, right? The outcome is there's a 50% chance it could go down or go up. Mm-hmm. And we have an extension of a 4-year cycle.
Mm-hmm.
And so... but nonetheless, if it goes down, it's bullish for NAT. Right? It's so bullish.
Yeah. Explain how bullish that becomes.
If we reach, something in the realms of like 60 or below, 70 or below, we're talking about a mass extinction event for miners. Because if they're not properly prepared for this situation, they're going to have to turn off rigs, which is a kind of problem for everybody, because if they turn off rigs, that means Bitcoin gets a little bit more vulnerable in terms of security.
Well, because it's more like concentrated.
It's not. I don't think these miners will turn off all of their rigs as if they went bankrupt already. I think they'll turn off some of their rigs.
Yeah, but some of these operators will just completely not be able to sustain the bill, right? So they have to just.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think they'll turn off some too, so that they can continue their business at a less cost.
So hash power go down, basically.
Hash power go down, yeah.
Yeah, but an extinction event implies like, full cease.
Well, here's what I mean. So if it goes down, let's say 60,000, then extinction event, because we assume that at 60,000, that's when a huge problem occurs, and it's going to be a bear cycle for another 18 months?
Yeah, who knows?
Right? Something like that on average, right?
Yeah.
And so let's assume it goes 18 months. 18 months is a long time to have like your operation essentially be operating at 20% or 30% hash.
Being like in the like pain zone, basically.
To be in the pain zone, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when we talked to miners, we were trying to convince them of the proposition behind NAT, and they were telling us about their, the industry of mining and such. At the time, they were pretty happy about it because Bitcoin like was around 115, 120K.
Yeah.
This was like 6 or 7 months ago or something like that, right? They're like, yeah, mining is tough. It's a struggle, but right now we're in the like good territory, right? But so like
it's like good. It's not like great, but it's
good enough.
It's fine.
It keeps things so like we can keep going. But yeah, if those same people have their Twitter space a year from now, and like cycle's over, Bitcoin's crabbing at around 60K.
They're gonna have Twitter spaces about NAT.
Exactly.
It's like,
they're gonna have
to pump this thing.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit. It's like, we probably shouldn't expect Bitcoin to double next cycle top.
Yes. Exactly. That's the conversation they're gonna be having.
Yeah. So if that's true, then what are we gonna do? And then it's like, okay, let's bring about all the current day proposed solutions. Like, okay, let's implement tail emissions, or let's just like quantum hack Satoshi's wallet and just take it all for like, what are you going to do? No, this NAT thing is going to be like super obvious at that point.
Yeah. So let's talk about something that, that some people have talked about is, why do we care about miners going bankrupt? Like they'll turn off their rigs. Yeah, Bitcoin gets a little bit more centralized, but the remaining parties, the remaining miners, they have a little bit more profit and therefore a little bit more sustainability. So what's the problem?
It's a good question, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a valid question, and really from a network perspective, if you look at Bitcoin from a grand view, you don't want miners to turn off their rigs, because when they do that, Bitcoin becomes more centralized, therefore likely that any of these actors could attack Bitcoin or be paid to attack Bitcoin by a state party. It could happen. Mm-hmm. And to mitigate that, you need decentralization, right? So you don't want miners to go bankrupt. Now, each mining node, right, each mining company is a company. They have to remain profitable and not have their expenses like skyrocket, where if you zoom out and look at Bitcoin from a high-level view, you want the cost of attack to go up. You want the cost of per hash to go up. That is counter to what your individual business mind is saying is like, let's reduce costs, right? So there's a little bit of a paradox that's happening. But what's interesting about this paradox is that at the node level, at the miner level, yeah, they're trying to reduce their costs by buying, new rigs that are more efficient, more power efficient, and more hash power generating. By doing that, they're actually collectively increasing the energy consumption overall, and vicariously the hash power is going up. And so this paradox, even though it's a paradox at the node level, if you zoom out, this paradox ends up making Bitcoin more secure over time. But nonetheless, they need to be profitable in order for this to actually play out. Because if they're not profitable, then it continuously gets centralized, and then all of a sudden it could be co-opted by a nation state.
Yeah, so why do we care?
Yeah, why do we care? Yeah, because
at the end of it,
we care.
So what do we really care about? I guess I don't know if I asked that like personally or like what should we all collectively care about?
I think if Bitcoin ends up going through the centralized path, there's consequences industry-wide, right? There's consequences where the thesis of like sovereign money is over.
But is there though? But yeah, okay, there's consequences to that, but there's also possibly favorable consequences to like what the industry actually is, right? The industry isn't some like the state of industry around Bitcoin isn't like some like ethos aligned, network of altruistic actors like with a benevolent ideology that's like actually like trying to serve humanity in any positive way.
No, absolutely not. No, the industry is really using Bitcoin for their own gain.
Not just Bitcoin, like the whole thing,
the whole
layer of digitization.
But I think we should identify as like the big bad wolf in the room, and to counter that, you need to figure out ways to incentivize decentralization, and that's how you mitigate that.
Right. Yeah. Otherwise, it only becomes that, right? Bitcoin for sure is like just an industry controlled, just cog in some future wheelhouse, right? And that's not the outcome anybody kind of originally hoped it to become. But again, interested parties, financial biases factored in, like, and for those parties, like that's the most desirable outcome. Because, and that type of human behavior that constructed this industry so far, it's like has been very beneficial, right? Financially.
Yeah, and I feel like even though we're sort of combating this big bad wolf in the room, it's in their benefit to have a market cap be as high as possible, right? And so in order to do that, you need a decentralized Bitcoin. I feel like. I think that the decentralized version of Bitcoin is more valuable in terms of like market cap than a centralized version.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think it needs that in order to have any real play as like a counter to like something like gold,
like independent money. Yes.
Yeah. If you factor Bitcoin into like the macro race of things, right? There's AI, and then now you got China developing their like gold network.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. And then, so if Bitcoin's gonna intermingle in that type of that picture of the macro, then these fundamentals have to maintain, I think.
Yeah, and I shared with you this video or this clip where Michael Howell, he's being interviewed, and he's basically suggesting that there's a race of capital, and that race is between China and the United States. And China is seemingly choosing gold as this like basis.
Yeah.
And the United States is choosing digital currencies
like stablecoins.
Like stablecoins and Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And so the incentive to undermine either is China could attack the United States by undermining the blockchain. And so they have plenty power. They have enough ASICs because they're the producers of ASICs to mount this attack.
Right.
And the United States, they also hold a ton of gold. And so they have their own ways to attack China in that way to undermine gold.
what's the attack vector there?
I wouldn't know how. Maybe it's just essentially just continuously dumping gold.
Yeah, other than like contracting Elon to like hurry up and bring a meteor so we can mine it.
Or develop ways to create gold.
Things like that. Those are the potential. Yeah, just create maybe they discovered like an insane gold deposit in Venezuela. That's why they're like blowing up their little, little cargo canoes.
Yeah.
Just straight drone striking them. It's like it had fentanyl. It's like really, it's like, there's gold down there and oil and other commodities that are in dire need to compete against China. But yeah, man.
So they're both trying to undermine each other because they want to be the leaders for the next 100 years.
Yeah.
And we know that fiat currencies is getting closer to its end of life. And so what's going to be the next paradigm?
Yeah. It's, again, these are massively critical times and like so many facets. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. AI, robots, currency wars.
Yeah. Yeah. The critical nature of, what does Bitcoin do from here? Is the cycle over? Therefore, price go down way sooner than most people anticipated.
Yeah.
What are the ramifications of that? How does that like disrupt confidence down the line?
Right.
Whether it comes to mining or like just this in general, right? It's like in the context of if the United States continues down this path of like utilizing stable coins and the rails of crypto to, offset a little bit of the burden that they've accrued over the last several decades.
Yeah.
Then they've put themselves into this new position of attack.
Yep.
And China understands that. And like you're saying, they have all the weight when it comes to like, they have all the guns in the context of the cyber war.
They have enough energy. They have the ability to create ASICs.
Yeah.
So they have weapons of mass destruction, if you will.
So if you were in China's situation, you understand all of this, right? And you would kind of hope the United States goes down this road.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's like, yeah, sure, let them set that up. Well, we're going to come in and invade.
Yes.
And they'll not be able to do anything unless they I don't know, mobilize the force like the way they did in World War II.
That's right. Yeah.
Where it's like suddenly it's like the United States didn't have any tanks and then World War II happens. They have all the tanks.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know if we have that kind of industrial power anymore, but maybe we do.
Yeah. If they didn't have it and they had it, then they will have it this time if they are incentivized to do it.
That's true. The one thing we have is
the ability to turn it on.
Well, the ability to just create as much money as needed to solve problems.
That's right. That's right.
That's what China wants and needs to like. They are the new hegemony.
Yeah.
Because they have everything else. They have all the energy, all the manufacturing.
And the good news here is that having said all that, it's extremely bullish for NAT.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one of those lightning in a bottle moments. Like for us, the one we experienced was, Mark Zuckerberg pivoting from Facebook to Meta.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the things we worked on in the context of the metaverse had like staying power and credibility, right? So it's lightning in a bottle, right? You couldn't have predicted that.
Yeah.
So here we are with NAT and DMT and all these things. And it's like all of a sudden the world understands this problem.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
And the only real like viable minimal friction solution out there is NAT.
Yeah.
It's like you couldn't have written this any better.
No. Yeah. Right? You couldn't have written it. You couldn't have predicted it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like you said, lightning in a bottle. And ultimately like this, all these like macro factor wins, tailwinds that are happening for NAT, like it doesn't matter if Bitcoin goes to 50 grand, in 3 months, or it doesn't matter that it takes, 10 years for Bitcoin to double. Like this problem will rear its head at some point. And I think that's the best part. If you're looking for like fundamentals for crypto, like NAT has the most fundamentals, I don't think, since Bitcoin really.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's hard to like point to another one.
That's why we're going to keep talking about it.
Yeah.
That's why we're going to keep striving to support it and just, I guess, keep our minds focused and in attention to, these tailwinds we're talking about.
Yeah.
Be positioned for that.
Yeah. All right, let's call it there. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you join our Twitter or follow our Twitter. Join the Telegram. There's 1,600 members in the NAT channel.
Monsters, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions about the macro situation that's happening around cryptocurrencies altogether, let us know in the comment section below. I appreciate you guys for watching, and we'll catch you in the next podcast.
Peace.